So I got off the couch today for you guys, and I grew some hair. We're talking General Hospital next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
There we go. Oh my goodness. We are here, you guys. We are here. It's the General Hospital After Show, the JH Report. I'm your host, James Law Jr., and that was like really blunt. Like my talking sometimes. You can follow me at James Law Jr. on all social media platforms, everywhere in the whole universe online, James Law Jr. Next to me is the hostess with the mostest, Lucretia Lyon.
Hey guys, since I'm Lucretia Lyon, you can find me anywhere on the internet at LACRETIALYON, since there is only one.
And see, I started choking when I'm about to say his name. It's crazy. Frank Moran.
I know it's unflattering on the tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't like that. Folks, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. Happy Go Jackie. All right.
Oh my God. You guys, so we are here. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. So I want to ask you guys, how was your Thanksgiving, you guys? What you guys do?
I went to my friend's house and ate with her ex-husband's family. It was at least made me feel at home.
I guess your friend's ex-husband. So your friend and ex-husband are friends still, obviously.
Yes.
Okay. And the family, obviously, they're friends. That's kind of funny.
It's weird.
And Frank Moran?
I just watched the little one fall asleep right away, and then eat some okay cheese risotto, and then watch the baby wake up, and then stay up all night. So that was kind of
Well,
Did you watch the dog show?
no.
I love the dog. I watched the Macy's Parade, and then I watched the dog show. I love it afterwards.
what about football? My Cowboys play, and they won. They're 10-1, and Eric Church was the halftime show, guys. Like, seriously, it was good.
My team won 2 Steelers, but the Cowboys not a big fan. But anyway, that's on the show. It's a whole other show. I know, but I'm going to Canada. You love Canada.
I do.
My Thanksgiving was good. Thanks for asking. Nobody asked. No, actually, nobody asked. No, actually, you guys
They did ask in the chat.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, you asked me. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, so you said the sound quality sounds weird. It does sound weird in my ears too today. What's going on? But maybe it's just us. Okay, so you guys, how was my Thanksgiving? It was rough at first because my first Thanksgiving without my brother, so it was kind of weird. We had I was waiting for him to bust through the door and be loud and be like, "I'm here," and obviously didn't happen. If it was to be a soap, it would have happened. But we had good game hens. We only turkey, so we had game hens. I made them, and I ate, went in coma, and I emerged today.
Wow, nice.
So it was good. It was kind of good.
You didn't take advantage of Black Friday?
Oh, no. Had no desire at all.
Who does that? It's so scary.
I know people who do.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, just for a TV for $200? I'm like, that's okay.
I already have a 4K TV.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Oh, well. Somebody's a Rockefeller on this panel.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Rockefeller.
$500 on Groupon last year, guys. So I'm not a baller.
You got that Loot Crate stuff that comes to you, too. I always thought that I should look on there and see if there's anything that I would want to get in a box.
Well, use BUZZ. We'll plug you Loot Crate on this show, even though we don't have a live read. But yeah, to save $3 on your next subscription.
Yeah. Do you have stuff for Buffy?
That one's
like
free.
That?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole Firefly crate.
Oh, there is? Okay. And speaking of Firefly, Ron Harris died this weekend. Who else was in Barney Miller and on Firefly? I mean, people know him from Firefly, and he was great.
Ron Glass?
Ron Glass. Sorry, Ron Glass. Thank you. Well, there you got it out.
Hopefully the other Ron did not pass away.
If you're Ron Harris still alive, please try. I've been writing jokes, too. I was telling her the other day I've been writing jokes. I wrote like 5 jokes so far.
Oh, good. Yeah, I told you I'd get you in a show.
Yeah, give me a show. I want to do stand-up one day.
Are we going to be seeing you at Flappers and Burbank soon?
That's where I love to perform.
I'm scared to death. That's why I want to do it.
You scared? I find that...
Is that weird?
That is so, yes.
I'm not scared of anything. I'm scared of stand-up.
Wow.
So
I'll show you my trick.
Did you show me your trick?
Drink beer, smoke a bowl.
She's a professional.
Works every time. Every time.
If you just set the stage to be like an AfterBuzz TV set where you've got the headphones and the microphone on, and then if you're like, hey, we're just talking about live.
Yeah, we can ask Steve if we can borrow a microphone and these headphones, because we've got to have these.
Yes.
These sexy headphones.
The headphones.
That way you feel most comfortable.
So, Mark, they're saying the sound sounds weird out there. Everybody's saying.
Everything sounds lovely on my end.
Yeah, it sounds
I'll double check, though.
Yeah, it sounds okay on our end, too. So you guys are saying you can't really hear us, or is something going on? Because I don't want to talk for an hour. You can't hear us.
All your levels are great.
Yeah, I was thinking. I agree. It sounds not. Everybody says it sounds not right. Well, we're gonna keep talking. Hopefully, it's gonna get better. Whatever's going on with you guys. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
The streaming.
Okay, so I've got my notes. So Frank, tell us what happened.
All right. Well, I guess we only have 3 days this week, of course, because of the holidays.
Yes.
So it gives us a chance to really dive into some of these stories. So I figure the one which I think is probably the biggest one this whole week is the Alexis and Julian story.
Okay, I saw somebody in here say, "Are you ready to quit this show because had Alexis run over somebody else?"
Man, it's like watching this kind of play out during the course of the week, seeing her kind of. I guess you really kind of see now how deeply you can see why she was drowning the pain of alcohol. This whole thing that went with Julian, somebody that she really loved, but now you can kind of see less thinking about like her being threatened by him, but finding how much she misses him as Thanksgiving rolls around. I feel like they're slowly trying to plant those seeds, almost like I can feel like a modern day Luke and Laura, where it's like some kind of horrible incident that happens in a relationship, and yet they're going to try to see can they still be together and try to justify their love to everyone else around them.
Yeah, because arguably what Julian did is not worse than Luke. And the thing is in this moment, Julian was trying to do the right thing. He's like, you can lean on me, but I get you don't want to. I'm going to call Sam or Diane, Jax. Yeah. He offered to do anything to try and get her not to drive. I mean, even stood in front of the car. That obviously was his mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's weird because Alexis has that moment with Julian where she just says, I do have a problem. I know. I have a problem, and yet still is not willing to seek any help about it. She knows it's not good for her, and she's still willing to just keep going away and keep doing it.
They're like, Frank's mic sounds normal, and he did it on purpose.
That is correct. Folks, there's only one person you need to be listening to today, and that is me.
Frank, I'll mute your mic. I ain't afraid.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, because I'm muffled, too.
Man, we're both muffled. It said Frank is clear, but me and Lakeisha are muffled. That's so funny. We don't tell you guys. We're really sorry about that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Mike's been muted.
I told you I wasn't afraid.
He did it. He totally did it. It's so funny. Oh, my God. I love it. Yeah, hopefully, you guys just stay patient. We don't know what's going on. It sounds fine to us, so we don't know what's going on. They're trying to work on it, but Frank's clear, so there you go.
That's right.
So hopefully you'll hear what I'm saying. If you don't watch the playback, my thought process, I kind of laughed.
I did too.
She went in the car. I know, like, okay, she's going in the car. She's been drinking. They put them together. She couldn't sit and have a meal with her family long enough to So to me, it made me laugh.
But she really drove far out of town to get to that booze. You think if your whole family is right there, so the chances of anybody coming across you, and pretty good assumption that everybody's going to be with their loved ones. You could go to the Floating Rib. I think it's going to be just fine. But no. Let's just keep cruising out of town to get to our new bar set that we have.
Yeah, the new bar set, yes. The new barkeep or whatever, yes, and everything. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really, I don't hate it or like it either way. I'm just like, they're trying to rehabilitate him. That's the whole point. They're trying to rehabilitate, like you said, rehabilitate Julian. So they're trying to find ways to do that. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, okay.
But do you like the idea of kind of trying to reconcile him with Alexis?
No, I don't want them back together. I think they ruined him already.
Yeah.
Alexis is dead to me already.
But it feels like now they're trying to make it seem like, well, now she really misses him and really loves him. And that's why she's certainly drinking to dull the pain. So you almost get the feeling that they're trying to set it up at a point where they could come back together. And I find it's such a hard stretch to me see.
I keep saying Alexis, and she said it too a couple times, she's allowed to drink. Her man tried to kill her. I'd be drinking a little bit too. I'm trying to get over that.
Yeah, but the DTs that they had her do, just thinking about the booze and not drinking it, that was comical. And a lot of people said they laughed too, especially when Julian got hit with the car. It was funny.
Oh, yes, we do have a troll in here.
I fixed it.
You fixed it? Okay, good. King of Kiwanis. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl. Jewel wakes up with no memory. That'd be kind of funny, Michael B. Right? Yeah. Wakes up with no memory.
I bet they're going that way.
What's funny, to me, I actually liked their get-together. I liked the people who came. That was kind of funny. Any excuse to bring Curtis.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. Yeah, you're getting it. Curtis showed up.
Curtis. He was on all 3 days. I was very happy. So I was very much like, it was kind of fun when everybody comes in with alcohol. It was very realistic. I brought this, and I brought that. And who knew that the Maddox family had a concoction that they make every year?
That's right. Look at the Maddox.
He said a whiskey and he said of amaretto. Have you ever had that before together?
I've never had amaretto with
whiskey together. I never had it together.
You didn't try it afterwards? After you saw that episode?
I don't have any amaretto.
Me neither. I have whiskey. I believe in whiskey. But
Yeah, I was like, me too.
I had no amaretto, but I was like, it must taste really sweet. I guess kind of sweeter.
Yeah, because amaretto tastes like cherries. It's
Yes.
always delicious, but
So yeah, it's like cherry whiskey maybe.
you just
it
put
tastes
it in
like.
tea, is what I know.
Yeah, you put it in tea, hot toddy and everything. But I guess when it was just like funny is the Maddox family. I'm like, oh, we don't even know your family, so that's fine.
Nice. Well, is that going to become the official drink of the GH report?
Yeah, we could do that.
What did he call? Did he give it a name?
He did.
Yeah.
You guys, what was the name of the drink? You guys remember the name of the drink? Because I forgot I was gonna say it and I forgot what it was.
It was something very like, whoa, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And him and Christina. I love that Curtis is meeting people. I forget that he doesn't know everybody. It's very realistic. He doesn't know everybody. So he's meeting, he only knew Molly. That was it, of that group, kind of. So he's meeting people, and it's kind of like, oh, yeah, he's meeting Christina, and they're back there making the drinks and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.
I just want to talk a moment about the Great Davis Thanksgiving. But how, man, I like Jordan, the way they're writing her. She's just got zero tact.
Yeah.
Like she comes in like, oh gosh, like last week at the funeral where she just stands up there and starts like, "Are you confessing to the murder of your son?" Then to this one, it's like, "Hey, remember when you blew it on the stand?" Like, jeez, Louise, Jordan, come on.
The Godfather. That's what it's
Yeah,
called. The Godfather. I laughed at
Yeah.
that too. The Godfather. I did laugh at that. Thank you, thank you, Sarah C. At least you can hear me for the drinks. I like that part. But no, it's Jordan. Well, actually, I'm glad she's on the screen, so I'm happy to have her on the screen. So I'm not going to complain about her too much because she's not the worst written of all of them at all. So I'll give her points that at least she's in the mix of things.
Yeah, I just don't really get it. Like, because when Jordan first came on, I really loved her character. I love Vanessa. I'm just not sure why they have to write her like such a bitch.
Well, and the fact that she spent a lot of her career undercover, so she knows that there are certainly lots of gray areas to work around. So for her to all of a sudden be like so black and white now, just gets really irritating.
And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get her thing with Curtis because she's just angry because she wants to have sex with him. Like, I understand that logic.
understand
But
that
what's her
too.
deal with Alexis? It's like, leave the drunk lady alone. She's had some time here. Let her be.
They're agreeing with you in chat room. It's always been annoying. I don't mind her so for me,
Yeah.
I don't mind her so much. So I'll be the devil's advocate. Doesn't bother me too much. She dresses nice. They always have her looking good.
Yeah, oof. You know, the other thing too is like, you know, I don't know. Part of me thinks like Sam realizes how much her mother's struggling with all this.
Yes.
So to have everybody just come waltzing in the house and for her to avoid say like, hey guys, maybe we put the bar like out of eyesight. Just let's do that. No, there's no like, hey Alexis, I'm sorry, I know this is kind of awkward. You must be struggling. Don't worry, let's do something else to distract you. No, it's like, hey, the guys just keep pouring these Godfathers.
I'm sorry. You know what? It is the holidays. I'm going to drink. Sorry, everybody, don't drink. It's your problem, not mine.
That's
all
my
it is.
family. It's like booze is like the main course.
You say me, or the same thing. I'm like, hello, booze and gravy. Those are the
Sorry,
two things
Mommy.
we had at our house. Yes, Jordan is sexually frustrated. You know, that's right, girl Cheryl. And she's near. What's his name? Oh my God, I'd be frustrated too.
Well, I mean, you see, of course, Maddox's face as soon as Curtis walks in. He's like, "What the
I hate that guy.
I love it though. I love it.
It is
give
funny.
give me a good triangle. I'll take it, and then add Anna, and then give me a good quadrangle. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
You know, and for because there's a little bit of tension between Curtis and Jordan,
Yes.
and then Andre at the end figuring out like when he called her back in the
Yes.
office, and Andre picks up. But I didn't think like that was much of a scene for them to be
No.
making such a big beef about this right now.
No, I mean, if I were Andre, I'd be like, well, I forgot. Well, I'm a shrink. I have important things to
Yeah.
do. I'd counter it with like,
Yeah.
that ain't my problem.
Cheryl, I agree with you. Someone needs to have sex with Curtis. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's all going to waste. It's just walking around going to waste. I agree.
Well, speaking of Curtis, I mean, he
Yes.
said on all 3 days.
He was.
so-
Actually, he was on, yeah.
Couple great moments.
Yes.
One, let's just talk about him. Finn, of course, reaching out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go visit Hayden. But what I loved is Tracy's look on Curtis
Yes.
as Curtis is there and just standing with like this like disbelief, like who is this man
Yes,
and
exactly.
why is he here?
Loved it. Loved it. I was going to mention that. I love that Tracy was like, because they hadn't met before either, really. And she's just like, the whole time she's like, Jane Elliott's so good. She's so good. And he was like, Miss Quartermain, Mr. Ashford. Just like, and I just love it. And I love that they remembered that he's friends with Finn, they're friends, and with Hayden. I love that they were back in the same room together. I was like, yes. I mean, and when Hayden lit up when she saw him, I thought it was so great. I was like, yes, that was her first person in the city that she knew.
Her first friend.
Her first
I know.
friend.
And it was so sweet of Finn to like think of him and bring
Yes.
him there. And then Tracy this week was just amazing.
Yeah, she was. I totally agree. On
like,
all
who's
levels.
this guy?
On all, she was good all
Yeah.
this week on all levels. But I liked that scene. It was just really cute together. You could tell that those actors get along fine. And Rebecca thought it's just great. And of course, and so I thought it was a great scene with all four of them together because I'm liking that she's living in the Quartermaine house right now. Because, of course, Tracy, she kind of cares about Hayden, too.
Yeah.
She's trying to play it off.
She likes her.
She likes her. She's always liked her. She's trying to play it off. And Finn, and Tracy's loving needling Finn about how he feels about it. It's like a friend would do. You needle your friend. About you would love that. So I think I love that.
What I liked was the tail end of that scene when Curtis first comes in and Finn takes Tracy to leave, and as she goes, well, I guess they'll check with Monica. Are you sure? I thought Monica wasn't
The house, yeah. It was my house.
Yes.
Are you sure you talked to Monica? I love the. To me, that never gets old. I love it. I always love that it's Monica's house. Everybody, it's Monica's
Alan
house.
gave it to her.
Alan gave it to her. That's right. I love it. I love it. But no, I thought it was a great scene, and I thought it's a part of it. They were friends, so it makes sense that he would call her in and try to play off like, "Do you have any business for me?" It's like, you know, you worried about me, and that's kind of cool. That was a very cool scene, realistic.
Yeah. What do you think the odds are that she has the Finn sickness?
Well, I'm trying to stay neutral and to see, because it's actually forcing him to actually try to find a cure. Now he's really motivated. It's more than him. That's how I'm choosing to look at this storyline. So I'm hoping that he finds a cure and it ends the storyline for everybody.
Oh, please, yeah.
I know you're ready.
Yeah, there are so many more things that you can do with those characters than have this disease still saddled to them. Oh, my goodness, it's just driving me crazy.
Yeah, unless this is part of some greater arc to bring Robin back into the fold somehow, I really am just like, end. Done. I don't care who's sick. Just not be sick and start the storyline over.
For me, like I said, I don't mind. I'm going to be devil's advocate again today. I'm just going to okay, if it keeps her in the Quartermaine house, I'll take it.
That
more
part is
scenes
good.
with Tracy, more scenes with Finn, more scenes with Curtis. I will take it. But hopefully, I do agree. Hopefully that this will accelerate the story where he actually finds the cure because he's trying to save her, and then they fall in love and get together.
Oh, look at that. What I do like, though, is that when they play backgammon, the bet is that it's just a favor. And so he wants Tracy to ask Hayden to stay at the Quartermaine Mansion. And I thought that was just a nice little touch there. And but Hayden is still reluctant to accept that. It's like, you're just using this just to point out, rub it in my face that I don't have a home.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
funny.
And also, Cheryl, we'll talk about that in a second. Why it made me cry. Robin was on Michael B. and they didn't use her.
Yeah.
Right. They brought her on for those couple of days.
I know.
They didn't. And she had to leave before the funeral. They didn't really use her.
Yeah, it's like the one scene with Sunny was great, and then it's always nice to see her with the Anna Griffin unit, but still, it's like, she can fix this.
Yes, she's Robin.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, because I was reading the publicity heading up to her appearance, like, oh, she's coming back here to be involved in a major story. I'm like, what she did with Sunny, it was like that. It was so repetitive because there had been so many encounters with other people like that. It's like that really wasn't anything important, at least to me.
But the reverse, when we talk about Jax, I will say they're doing it right on that one. That's another story. I'll do that one.
But if we're talking about the other thing that I enjoyed about Curtis is that we talked about last week, hopefully maybe getting involved more with Jason and Sam.
Yes. Yeah.
And that happened.
Somebody in here said the same thing. I actually will agree with you guys. I like Curtis and Jason and Sam working together.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And this could actually revitalize their story that we've been being trolled about, basically. And
All
hating.
the time.
Yeah.
We're all going to get it all the time.
You know,
yes.
we didn't make them boring, guys.
We sure didn't at all. But no, I agree with you. I think this is really good. And I think they totally should continue that and kind of, because Jason and Curtis are kind of, they don't really want to work together, not at all. But they have to kind of, and begrudgingly have to work together. I like that.
And that's Jason ever since he became Jason Morgan again. He's begrudgingly Jason Morgan, so this makes sense for what he's been doing.
Yes.
And even though he may not initially like Curtis, I have a feeling that they could develop a good friendship, because it seems like he is impressed that Curtis is just seeking the truth. He's doesn't have an agenda. He just wants to find out what really went down, for better, for worse, or whoever may be to blame for this.
And he would just be such a better bro than Sonny. Sonny's just so melodramatic now.
Yes.
Oh, my son died, and it's kind of my fault.
So you guys, I want to take you guys out there just a little. If you guys are just tuning in, there's somehow, it sounds like me and Lucretia's sound is kind of weird, but Frank is clear.
I got
we
you,
want to
folks.
thank you guys who are in here saying you're true fans. You're sticking through the sound, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. I want to make acknowledge that we were saying that.
I have a feeling that it's because you guys like me a lot.
God.
Yeah.
As Michael B says, yes, preach
all
Lucrete.
Frank. Yes.
Oh, I love that. Do you guys like Frizz? We actually talked about that 2 weeks ago.
I do.
She does.
Yeah.
I don't, but she does. And I forgot what you feel about that. Indifferent?
Frank doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they do something different, if it becomes another where they get together and then all of a sudden Franco becomes Franco and then they end up breaking apart because of that, then I feel like after so many times doing that with Franco that there's got to be a different spin on this relationship this time.
So he's open to it, obviously.
I'm not open to it, but I'll, whatever. I mean, it's not terrible. It's boy, what damn it with faint praise.
Sure. So can you all use Frank's mic?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, we can't all fit on that side. I'm a little big. It won't happen. Nothing against Kelly Monica or Billy Miller, but Jason and Sam should get a deadly disease. They have a chance of a decent storyline. Annie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, again, we've talked about this many times. It's not the actors.
No.
It's just what the writers have chosen to give those actors to do, and it's not been an exciting thing for the I'm sure the actors or the characters to see doing. Just sitting there.
Danielle, I'm with you. I miss Nina and Franco together. Sorry, I'm a Franco Nina fan. So.
Yeah, I like them. But I actually like this makes me like Elizabeth.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like this storyline for her because this is the Elizabeth that I liked that was with Lucky and with AJ. I always liked her with bad guys other than Lucky.
Yeah.
Like Rick, AJ, I liked those.
Okay.
So I'm like, wow, I like it.
Okay. So it wants to scooch together.
Now, what little you've seen of the Valentine and Nina scenes, does it get you
I
excited
like
about
them.
the prospect?
Yeah, I do. I like them together.
Especially when you've got Charlotte in the mix, too.
Yes, you do. And it's just those two great actors. Again, two great actors who have chemistry. Michelle Stafford and James Patrick Stewart, they have chemistry.
Well, they have chemistry with everyone. So
They
when
do.
you put them together, it's just like,
Yes.
ooze.
Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Amazing.
So, yes.
Speaking of couples reuniting, we also have a special ceremony that happened to celebrate the holiday. Lulu and Dante, little impromptu remarriage.
I have it's a small rant.
Lay it on me.
It's just very small. Tracy should have been there.
Yes. Yeah, Tracy should have been there because she's been more of a mother to Lulu than Laura in recent years.
I really miss the Lulu Tracy dynamic. I feel like that hasn't been touched upon since Anthony Geary left the show.
Yeah.
To have those two in the same orbit together, it was always so great, and I just miss seeing that, especially because that gives also a reason for Laura and Tracy to interact as well. Because in a sense, I mean, Tracy was like another mother, as Lucretia was saying.
Yes.
Yeah, and to me, like the scene a few weeks ago where it was Tracy, Olivia, Laura, all these women love Lulu. Why can't we have all of them together more?
Yeah. The Cheryl said they should do it at Sonny's. I like that idea.
Oh, no, please.
I had no problem with that. Actually, I had no problem with that. Oh, because of families. Because we'll get to Laura and Sonny later. But just I have no problem with that if they do that. I forgot they were divorced. They were divorced.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, wait, they're not married.
They're not married. Well, for me, I'm just glad it's not a baby storyline. So I'll take it. I'll take whatever you give me with them because it's not do with babies.
Yes.
So to me, I've been liking Dante a lot right now.
Oh yeah, Dante is awesome now.
They're writing him so well with the whole being torn, being the son and a cop. So I'm liking the way he's going. Lulu doesn't have much of a storyline right now anyway. She's whatever. But I'm really, 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 really excited about where this could possibly go with Dante and how that will work with him. So their marriage is fine to me. I have no problem with it. It's fine.
But all right, to backpedal, we're heading back to Jordan again because that irritates me too. Because we have the beginning of the scene where Sonny says, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna lawyer up. I'm gonna have Diane come and take care of me." And to see Jordan, like this is. Again, she's been undercover. She's also been police commissioner several times when Sonny has been kind of the subject of suspicion. And seen how it's kind of played out, and not usually in the poor Charles PD's favor.
Yeah.
So for her to be just so rigid, and talking to Dante, well, you can't be impartial, so you're off the case. Like, come on, Jordan, you got to just dial it back because you are not impartial about this either. You've got an agenda as well, and you've seen how it's played out in the past. Like, just make sure you have all your ducks in a row, and then go get them.
Now, they did bring something up. Michael B. brought something up that I kind of agree with, They probably, they should have been surprise waiting for Maxie and Nathan, maybe.
Yeah, that would have
They were
been more
engaged
interesting.
first.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. And people were saying, Lulu, they haven't been writing anything for her. And Emmy Rowling can act, so I don't know why they're not writing anything for her, because she can act. I want to see more from her. They're doing such a great job with Dante. Let's spin her off another direction. I mean, maybe they're saving it for a little later when Charlotte becomes her daughter.
Yeah, and that's what I was hoping for with this Charlotte being her and Stavros' kid is more adventure with them. But now I'm like, no, I want Nina to have Charlotte. Sorry.
Oh, I called it a long time ago. I just had this feeling it's a Stavros Lulu baby.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So maybe they're waiting for that. So there'll be Lulu against Nina, maybe, and maybe just be a whole heart-wrenching thing or something. So I don't know, but I don't know. It's fine. Dante wedding, fine, I guess. Yeah. But I just thought Tracy should have been there.
Because Lucretia and I talked about this a little bit last week too, where we think if the Charlotte whole thing comes up, and then it's revealed to be Lulu and Stavros' baby, that again we have also Nina set up to have a daughter and then taken away again.
I agree.
And then if they do that again with that character, that's just going to get really
well
irritating.
on Days of Our Lives. They did that with this character Nicole, played by Ariane Zucker. They had her like miscarry like 4 times in the show, and it's just like really. It's like, but now they're having a baby that I think it's hers. It's being a surrogate, so this whole thing. But it's like. This has to be. I feel like you can't do it for a 5th time. Like you've already done it 4 times.
Yeah, like Cricket
so
on Y&R.
Oh, yes.
It's like,
You can never have a kid.
It's sad. I
It's
don't
so
want to
sad.
watch that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, with Nina, we don't want to see her go through the heartache again. I agree with you, the heartache again of that, but maybe a good story. Maybe a good story. So I'm staying open.
Maybe, but it feels like sometimes GH they have like one character aspect of a character, and they just only focus on that.
Yeah.
Like Lulu and Dante with the baby, or Nina with the baby, and then at the expense of like let's do something different with the character.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, please.
I'm hoping. The sound's getting better. Okay.
All right, look at that. See?
That's good.
Your dulcet tones.
It's making it smoothing it out. Thank you. Hopefully.
We were talking about the quartermains, of course, Thanksgiving. So we'll dial it back to the big, huge tradition of a quartermain Thanksgiving, and can it be successfully done?
We were talking about it here a little earlier. I was hoping to keep the pizza thing going. Some folks in here said they were hoping they would have turkey for finally. I was like, no. They should never have turkey. It should always be a debacle of some sorts. And I was getting nervous. It's like, no, they can't have turkey for real. They can't. I mean, I was getting upset because I'm a soap historian. I was like, no. It has to be, and they didn't disappoint. Of course, they did it.
And I love how it was Finn's fault, basically, him leaving out this bacteria.
I love it. But I have to say, okay, so the scene where Ned puts a plate for Lila and Edward's picture, I cried. And a scene for, we'll talk about a little later, when Jax makes a speech and Carly and because for me, like my brother had passed away, so it was our first Thanksgiving without him. I was telling them before the show. So it was a little close to home for me. It was like it was a little too much for me also because we were missing my brother. So I thought that was a great touch. They did that for them. I wish the other pictures were up. Used to have Alan up and a few others. So I wish they had them up and did a little more. But I like that scene where it's kind of like, here's a plate for you guys. It's just kind of like, there you go.
And to me, was Tracy not so her father with
totally.
the blackmail, taking all their stuff and holding it hostage? I was like, that was so what Edward would have done, and I loved it. And, I love that we could have both of her sons there and Monica.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But there was something to see the 4 of them hug and realize just how diminished the Quartermain family
I
become.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, this is it?
I know.
Yeah, because Jason and Michael are all that's really left. And
because they didn't come over this time, they were over doing other things because Michael was with Jackson and them and Jason was with the kids watching football. They should. I wish they were over because there've been more the quarterbacks have been kind of working together a little bit. So, but
especially because Sam's excuse was, they wanted to watch football, so I didn't want to subject you guys to that. Like, I think Ned and Dylan would have liked to watch some football, so
totally.
you could have done that.
Could have all the boys together. The quarterback men together. But again, I was happy to see them all together, and it's kind of some traditions to me should, like the Horton tree ornaments. It certainly should never change. I'm sorry. I'm a tradition person, and the pizza should always happen at some point. Always.
But do you also need the line, first we sing, then we eat?
Yeah.
I feel like I miss somebody saying that.
Oh, I like that. I like it. I like when they sing it. So I love it. I'm a sucker. I'm a sap.
Yep.
I love it. To me, it's tradition. They've been doing it for 20 years. Since 1996 or whatever. I already said 94.
94, yeah.
94. So
Since then, there's been a curse placed upon us.
Yes, it has to be. And like you said, Tracy's cheerleader makes sure the traditional cues are. That is bull. Jason should have been there. Well,
Yeah.
He wasn't there. We agree Jason should have been there, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't there.
Jason, and at least Michael should have dropped by. I like that he was there with Jackson family because that made sense for him to be,
be there for his mother.
Yeah.
And of course, especially. That made sense. Like Lucy has to always be in her underwear at the nursery. Yeah, certain things should always go down, no matter And Jack always calls Victor, the mustache. And there's just certain things that always on soap should always stay the same. That's how I look at it. So yes.
And now, one quartermain that did have a little bit of turkey, of a sense, was our boy Dylan. Got a little bit of a turkey burger.
Him and Kiki. Anytime they're together, I'm happy. So
yeah, they're so cute together.
They're very cute together. I like them together. So anytime there's a chance they have some scenes together, makes me happy.
Yeah, it's. I'm just looking forward to now. They finally at least seem to kind of turn the corner about like, hey, let's try to come up with many ways to keep them apart.
Yes, stop doing that, folks. put them together.
Yes.
It can be a slow build. That's fine. But just have them together. They have chemistry. We know they like each other. It was not her fault that well, her homeboy died or whatever. Even though, make them work together.
Man, but she still. We know the viewers that it wasn't that her fault. But man, she just
taking it on.
Takes it solely on her shoulders. Like, me and Dylan together, and that spun him off into all this. And like, dial it back, Kiki.
Yes,
that's all right.
But then again, as a young person, I would think that's what young people do sometimes. Everything is very dramatic and big. So, and somebody died. I mean, somebody did die, or what we think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I put it in air quotes because on podcasts. Eric, they died. But yeah, they need to keep Dylan and Kiki together, Tommy. I agree.
As we're talking about Kiki and her side of the family, let's just talk a little bit about young baby Avery. Man,
talking
cute.
away.
She's so cute. Oh my God, she's so cute, and she's talking. I'm like, oh my God, cute baby. That's all I gotta say. She's cute. I'm all in. She's cute.
Yeah, I love that little Avery. I was like, that was the cutest scene, especially just with her and Kiki.
Yeah.
Like, aw.
Even her and I know you guys would get flack for Ava too, but it was cute the three of them together were talking. It was kind of cute. And then when Julian came, it was kind of. I mean, it's an effed up situation. Yes, I totally agree. The Jeromes are all effed up, but I kind of like them as a faction family.
Yeah, I really like that Ava's like, no, Julian, stay. You know, she really was trying. You know, she goes, it's great I have all my girls, but, you know, you're my brother, and I don't want you to be alone. Like, that's the thing, is Ava does have some redeeming qualities other than being delightful.
Yes, it does. It's delightful.
But I mean, you know, what was the faking of losing the wishbone battle to Avery? Come on, you got to teach that kid early. It's like life is full of disappointment.
Okay, well, first of all, those wishbones were huge. What kind of turkeys were they doing? Using were they 80-pound turkeys? That wishbone was like this, but it was like huge. It's like, geez, I want to break one of those and get a good wish. Like I had little game hands, they're like little tiny ones.
Did you battle it out over the wish?
I lost. None of my dreams are coming true. Everything's just over. It's all over for me.
You're getting to work with us every Sunday.
So my dreams didn't come true. Oh, what happened? Just kidding. My first joke.
Whew, see him at Burbank, guys. At Flappers.
Flappers. I think I'll be flapping in the wind, all right. Yes, I'm sure. Yes.
If you follow my lead.
Exactly. Scene #scene stealer. She was really cute. That little actress was working it out. So yes.
And then we see Ava kind of freaking out because, but Sonny's not in jail. He's home. Uh-oh. What? And that leads us into this really interesting dynamic between Ava, Scotty, and Lucy.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm curious to see where Scotty's true allegiance in this situation is.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. Whoever said, let's bring on Lynn Herring. Because Lynn Herring has said famously in magazines, I don't want to come back and just doll around. I want to come back for a storyline. They got her in the storyline.
Yeah.
They got her.
But I want to see more of it. Don't just
Me
do
too.
like once,
Me too.
like every week or so.
Well, they stepped together. As Lucy and Scott stepped together.
Yeah, but then if this is like the last we see her for like a week and a half.
Well,
2
I'm not
weeks.
either. But I'm being
Cautiously
kind of
optimistic.
Yes. But I'm very excited about that. And the fact that Scotty and Ava have chemistry in the sense of like they're friends. But like, who is he working? I mean, and Lucy's not stupid. She's like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to, So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out. I'm totally excited.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're all powerhouse, like, funny, goofy actors. So that's only can fun come from the three of them together. And, yeah, it's like, what is Scotty to do?
Yes. I love it. I'm happy with the storyline.
Yeah, and it's so interesting to see Lucy and Scotty's connection where they know the worst of each other, and yet they're still drawn. So like, even though I know you're going to be, all you want is these pills, I'm still going to sleep with you. We're still going to have some fun, but I also know that I'm going to try to cover my butt as well to make sure you don't get these pills.
Yes. And they mentioned their past and Serena.
Yeah.
They never mentioned Christina, though. They mentioned Serena.
I think it's because, wasn't Christina mostly just on Port Charles?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's maybe why, even though they still own that. But I was like, I
Yeah.
don't remember her really being on GH.
No, she wasn't. Okay.
So I guess they just forget that she exists.
Monique-
We already have a Christina.
Monique Thornton says, I'm concerned about Avery. They sore-ass Michael when the twins start saying Billy Warlock's name in scenes. They sore-ass Emma when the twins start speaking Spanish. Now Avery's talking, uh-oh. Now, I don't mind them. So, I mean, they got little Brooklyn, my girl, Brooklyn Ray, Silver. She's good as Emma. But, yeah, I understand what you mean. So, I guess we'll see what happens.
Did you watch Brooklyn's movie Homestead
Yes,
with Michael Rady?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I love Michael Rady. He's so cute.
I know. He's so wonderful.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you know him, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone alerted me to it. I was like, oh, okay, I'll tune in. It's my girl. I'll tune in. So,
And Jeff Branson was in it, too.
yes, which I love him, of course, from
Bring
All My
him back to
Children.
Y&R.
Yeah, no, and Y&R. He did both of those. I say All My Children, but both of those. One baby's name is Ava. I'm surprised. One baby's name is Ava. I'm surprised that she doesn't answer when they say Ava. Oh, one baby's name is Ava in real
Oh,
life.
that's funny.
Oh, that is funny. She's a true professional.
That's right. Look at that.
However old she is. I don't know, a few months or however months or how old she is. Good.
So for you, which way do you want Scotty to be leaning? Do you want him to be leaning towards Ava? Do you want him to be leaning towards Lucy?
Lucy.
Because you're a tradition man.
Yeah, tradition
Yeah.
man.
Lucy and
You
Scott.
can't screw over Lucy. Come on. They're supposed to work together to blackmail Ava. That's what he said. Like, hello.
But it feels like right now, at least if Scotty's not out for himself, I mean, he seems like he's more in line with Ava. I mean,
I know he
then
does.
he took the pills.
He did. So I hope it doesn't work for you.
I was bummed that because I thought for sure when Lucy left the scene and Scotty's just looking at the safe, I thought for sure it was just a test that she was going to come out in just a couple minutes and like bust Scotty trying to like
Yes.
dial in
Yeah.
all those combinations. And we didn't see that scene. I was like, wait a second, why didn't we see her try to bust him?
I know, I didn't see that either. I know, I agree.
So for him, all of a sudden, I figured out the code and I swapped the pills.
Yeah.
So I'm like, really? You sure? Because I think Lucy would not be that stupid.
Yeah, she
Well,
would
we'll
know.
see. We'll see.
Do you think that Scotty's telling the truth? That maybe he
I
did?
don't know. I don't know. That's what's so great about it. I love this. I mean, because he's not a moral character, so
No.
none of them are harsh. So it's kind of like
He's our Saul Goodman, and I love that.
exactly, and he can do whatever he wants. I'm sure. So
I don't know if I need to see Scotty makeout scenes though. I don't know if I need to see that part.
yeah, you know.
He's got that Paul Hornsby kind of vibe for going in. It's like,
Oh, the Paul is right.
Oh, but Richard Berge was so
Oh,
sexy.
that's so funny. I love it.
our other big character who we're uncertain about her motivations, Nell.
God.
Yes, James cannot get enough of Nell. Finally, she starts kind of showing a lot. Well, we don't know exactly what her true intentions are, but very unsubtle, talking to Kiki. So, when was the last time that they ever had a disagreement? And what was it about exactly? Jeez Louise. All right, then, dial it back.
She was asking all kinds of stuff. You were married how many times? What happened? They're like, what happened? Oh, yeah, I got to get back together, and this happened then. And I'm like, oh, she's getting all information. Okay, so I like the actress, and I was liking the character. I don't know if I'm liking the way I don't know if I like the direction they're taking her. I'm going to hold out to see if it's a big payoff. Like, if her father is somebody really good, then I will hold out. But if it's just another one of those, like, here's Carly getting her comeuppance, so to speak, by what she did to Bobby. I don't know if that's really necessary to do that. That's one way to go, I guess. But I'm hoping that it leads to a bigger... Because I saw the previews where she's in bed with Sonny. They showed the previews where she's in bed with Sonny. I don't know if they slept together or not, but he looks over, she's like, what? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. So they're leading that direction. But I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and all the chat seems to be speculating, like Cheryl Hawk, talking about she's the Carly Redux. It's very similar, but yeah, as I say, there better be a payoff as to who her parents are.
Yes.
And, what's the deal with Jax and the stealing the kidney, and, how did he know? Because I care more about that.
Yeah, because the whole point is that when Carly came out, we knew she was Bobby's daughter. And so that made the stakes higher.
Yes.
Which went after Tony and all that. So we need to find out what... I just think Nell is after revenge. She wants to take down Jax. So yeah, so what we get... So if it pays off where it's something that Jax is something to her, I mean, I'm down. I'm ready. I'm ready to have that. But right now, I'm just not liking the character and going that direction. But I'm waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I find it frustrating because it seems like, again, another thing that GH seems to go to well a lot is they'll introduce new characters or new storyline and not let the characters or the audience know what's going on. I feel like there's so much more benefit for many of the times to let the audience know what the stakes are and not have the characters can be clueless, but at least we get more invested in like, oh my gosh, they're going to find out. Oh, they're not going to find out. What's going to happen? If we know at least what their agenda is, and not knowing it, just the way they drag it out just gets a little frustrating after a while.
And a lot of times I feel that we don't know because they don't know. And that's the issue. Because just like when Carly was revealed as to who she was, we all knew. And like you said, that rose the stakes. And we knew because they had planned this. But most of the time, like with the hospital killer storyline, we didn't know because they didn't know in the beginning. And it's kind of frustrating. And it's just like, okay, well, I thought Nell was going to have this cool backstory. And now we're getting to a point where you're dragging it out. So what is this?
But they're like, they're saying... So Cheryl thinks that Nell maybe is Carly's daughter.
Well, the thing with Michael would be really weird. And Morgan kissed her, too.
Well, that's true. Sorry, Cheryl. They did kiss.
Yeah.
They did kiss.
But, I mean,
if she
that is-
Jerry's daughter, that's the direction
Yeah,
I'm going.
Jerry's daughter would be interesting too.
Yes, completely. And would maybe the match thing would match up because they're Jocelyn and her cousins.
Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah, but it's just curious because I feel like that would be a child that Jerry just turned over to other people to raise. Because there's
Yeah.
no way that Jerry raised
Yeah,
her.
you don't know that not at all.
Yeah.
But I'm all about anything with do with Jerry Jackson, Sebastian Roche coming back. I'm all in.
Yeah.
So if that's the payoff or something, someone mentioned Karpov, someone mentioned other people. People were mentioning other prominent villains in the past. I'll take any of them. If they're all against Sonny and Carly, I'm in. That's be good.
But the frustrating thing about this, because Jax is leaving the show again. Like, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
I think
so-
Mondays is apparently
But
last
they've
day.
been working them. Not giving points. They've been working them this week.
Yeah, but I feel like to have all this stuff starting to come in and start activating now, story wise, like to not have him on the canvas.
Well, hopefully they'll bring him back. Maybe they'll bring him back.
I hope so.
I'm thinking positive. I'm thinking positive this week. I don't know why, but I'm thinking positive this week.
Yeah, and Cheryl Hawk does say that she quickly dismissed both Michael and Morgan, so maybe she knows she's related to him, but
Oh,
still.
Michael kissed her.
Yeah.
Just quickly same with Morgan. What if she's Faison's daughter? Well, that's
Ooh.
Brett.
Yeah, we already have
The
Brett.
Britch. Bring her back. I was bring her
Yeah.
back, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of insulting that they seem to throw plots together on a game plan. Makes me think of Claire Labine days and all the details she put start to finish. I know. I love when even Bob Guzman. Sometimes they had things that would go. They would have it just down.
Yeah, it was clear that they had
Yeah,
a plan
a
in
plan.
motion. That's what I always love, because that's why, I love certain shows like Chuck, where it was clear that they had this whole thing mapped out, as opposed to Lost, where they were just messing with us. I promise not to mention that ever again.
Yes,
guys.
I know.
It
And
comes
I
up.
heard many of you guys have not watched it yet, so don't tell me any spoilers. I have not watched Gilmore Girls yet, but the original thing was the original producers and creators had the show already finished with the last 4 words. So the whole show was going to lead to those last 4 words. And they left the season before they were supposed to. But now apparently they say those 4 words. So I don't know if they are anything. So I don't want to know yet. So I'm curious.
But knowing that those last 4 words are, do you feel like your investment in what those 4 words are going to be is so high that could anything that they say in those last 4 words really deliver on your
Possibly.
expectations?
Possibly. Or make me upset. Because I'm like, that's the 4 words you chose?
I feel like when you announced your ending so soon, like I feel like it sets up so many expectations of the audience. No matter what you do,
Yeah.
I feel like it's always going to let down pretty much everybody in that audience
Well,
because they built it up so high.
It depends. I think some people it depends on your personality. Some people like to know there's especially on complicated shows, they want to know there's an ending. That's what Lost, that's why people are so torn about Lost, because it was like, they just throw us together, they know what's going on. Because I heard them say it was going to be 5 years, 6 seasons. And they were like, but what, then third season 3, everybody hated it. So some people like that. Some people actually like to know what's going to happen kind of ahead.
Yeah,
They're
no,
working
but,
towards it.
and I don't mind.
And some folks don't like it at all.
I'm actually, because certainly the way Lost went out, it was like once they knew they had an ending in place, like I didn't need to know what the ending was, but it's just that they announced it. Certainly, you felt like the storyline started taking off. But I feel like Gilmore Girls, if they say like, we got those final 4 words, and they've been talked about for so long,
yeah.
what these final 4 words are, I feel like it sets up such a huge expectation in what the audience is going to expect out of those 4 words.
It's going to be, I love James Lott. No.
well,
my
yeah.
God, it means everything to me.
They love your dad.
Oh my God, that's my father. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Why can't everything just be like Breaking Bad, where they knew what was going to happen and they built up this awesome show and ended it on time? Like why can't everything be Breaking Bad?
To take a sidebar for a second here, you mentioned one of the writing heads of the writing, Claire Labine. She passed away recently.
Yes, she did, you guys. So somebody
Yes.
brought it up. Yes, she did pass away. Rest in peace to her. That's funny. Yeah, she just passed away.
Yeah. So as a historian of the show,
Yeah.
what did you enjoy most about the Claire Labine era?
I just felt like it was plotted out, and it just really, like some people were saying here, it just really felt like when you watch the story, you could see kind of where it was going, but then there was twists thrown in like they were supposed to be, and there were cliffhangers that was thrown in, but it just felt like you were on a path. And if you want to tune in every day, you want to tune in to something where you feel like you're on a journey with them. And it didn't feel so loose. It didn't feel so like, oh, they're throwing the salt in today, and tomorrow they're throwing the pepper, and I'm throwing the tomatoes. It was like, it just felt like you're being told you're going to make a lasagna, so you know all the steps that makes a lasagna. And I feel like all the storylines were very well constructed. It's like they're just constructed really well, and they went to where they're supposed to go.
And how much do you think of that as like a process of the time when you back in the 90s?
Yeah,
80s,
back in the
90s?
90s, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when you had so many other soaps on
Yeah.
there. So, I mean, you had to really work hard to get people watching you. Now, Do you think that it's just a product of like there's so few soaps left that people are just they don't feel? I don't know. It's like storylines can be just more loosey goosey and they can kind of just play on the fly. What do you think the difference is between now and then, story wise?
Well, I think see the problem is now we have this whole thing of instant gratification, short attention span, and so the soaps are having to teeter between that because some soaps like Restless for years got in trouble for taking too long for storytelling. They were notoriously known for like a story going on for 10 years. I mean, the whole Drusilla, Neil, he slept with Malcolm. They went on for years, like literally for years. But nowadays it's kind of like we have to go fast, we have to save money. But also you don't want to lose the integrity of soap telling. We don't mind soaps unfolding at a certain pace. But that's the going back and forth. You're just not sure what does the audience want. Do they want to go fast or do they want to go slower? So I guess that's the problem with the writers to go, well, we can go fast sometimes, give you great stuff resolved by that Friday, the next Friday, or is that too fast? Then we want to stretch things out for maybe 2 or 3 Fridays. Is that too slow? I mean, I don't know. I think they have a hard job. I wouldn't want to be a writer today.
No, true. That sweet spot of pacing where you that really hits the audience and keeps them satisfied, I would imagine would be incredibly challenging. Because I feel like right now GH definitely defaults to just really slow burns on the
Yeah,
rails.
kind of, yeah. And I agree with Candice Mack. Claire brought class to the show. I agree with that. And I think she created half the current characters on the show, too. So yeah, I think so. But it's a weird period these days because everything's so quick. And you go too fast. Days of Our Lives went too fast one month, and we're all just like, it ruined the show almost because it went so fast. It's like Bo's back, now he's dead. Hope's with somebody else. Like it all happened within like 3. And the soap world was like 3 days is happening. Even though it was like 2 weeks, it was 3 days. So we're supposed to get over Bo, and she's with somebody else, and it's like, but only happened like it was just too fast. It was too fast.
Yeah, and I will say some of the stuff that GH has done well is the friendship romances, like Finn and Hayden and Liz and Franco. Those slow burns were great, but now we're looking for the payoff, and it's still, I mean, at least with Frizz, we sort of have something right now.
Yes.
But yeah, with Hayden and Finn, we're like, why did they throw this wrench? The slow burn was working, now we're looking for the payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long a storyline shouldn't be a problem if they keep it interesting. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine if it's interesting, but I know but some people out there still get upset if it takes too long, whether it is or not. They want it fast. So I don't know.
Yeah, I guess maybe part of it would be, because it does bother me in GH. I feel like they take so long. And just to go back to what I was talking about earlier, I think maybe part of it, if I knew what people's agendas were, at least we'd be willing to give them a little bit more leeway in how long they take to do some revelations.
I understand that.
Because otherwise, I feel like, man, why are we watching this? What is happening?
The powers that be only care about ratings, therefore they are down to write the payoff quicker, which that happens sometimes too. I know sometimes it depends on sweeps and things like that. I know there's all kinds of factors in there, but it's hard. It'd be hard to be a writer right now, and I mean you have to write some really good. I mean nowadays everything's been done just about on soaps.
Yeah.
Also, so you write something really interesting. I mean it can be done. There are good soap writers out there. And we know it can be done. So. Look, I mean, they took over a year with the Jason reveal, Candice Mack said, which, you love that length of time.
Yeah, that was really getting dragged out. But I tell you, that was back when Jason Doe, or
I like John Doe.
John
Yeah,
Doe
Jake Doe was more interesting.
John Doe was great.
Yeah. So and sometimes even though it was stretched out, at least he was more interesting to watch.
I agree. That one I totally agree with that.
And I think like part of that, even though it was dragged out, we knew who he was. It wasn't a question like who is this guy supposed to be. We all knew that he was Jason Quartermain or Jason Morgan. So we're just waiting for the rest of the cast to get that revelation. But at least we were in on it.
And they're mentioning on here, they made Hayden and Liz sisters for what reason?
Well, it seemed, man, I think it's a nice little twist, everything, but I also feel like, man, if you're going to do something like that, it always seemed to me if you're going to make that kind of twist, it's going to lead you to see more of the Weber family.
They need to throw them together. They need to throw them together more and make the conflict and make something happen out of those two. Because, I mean, relationships are not just, relationships. It's also family relationships. Everything needs to be built, and I think they need to build that a little more. They have good chemistry together, the two sisters, two girls.
And it's fun to watch them in scene. So that's why, that's another thing where, it was revealed and we were excited, but there's been no payoff, really.
Payoff.
I kind of missed that where they bring in. I guess the last time they really did it was with the Jeromes, where they brought everybody in. But you missed that kind of where they bring in one person that's just a precursor to more of the family coming onto canvas. And so if you're going to make a revelation like that, it kind of you set up the sort of expectation of the audience, like, ooh, that means we're going to see more of the Webers. Yeah. Cool, let's get them back on canvas. That'd be cool to see them back in action again. Yeah. And we don't, so that's kind of disappointing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
What is next? I guess we'll talk a little bit about Carly and Jax.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, the week started off with, Sonny and Carly, you can see why they're so great together because in times of despair, they will try to hook up with whoever's nearest to them.
Yep.
for me, I loved it. I thought, why not kiss some Ingo Rademacher? I mean, some Jax. Sure, why not? But I'm glad they didn't sleep together.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that Jax was the one to say something and stop it. He's like, yeah, because I love Jax and Carly together.
Me
To
too.
me, this is Laura writes Carly's best relationship is Jax. So I'm glad that they didn't ruin them by having them hop into bed. But at the same time, let's get Jax back full time. Screw Sonny.
Now, do you agree with what Mike said?
literally.
Michael said to Nell, it's like, they always thought that my mom and Jax were better as friends, and her and Sonny were the better, like, romantic life partners. Like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, Carly and Jax better.
Yeah.
I know it's fine. This was the great writing back in the day. They made us really fall for Carly and Jax. I mean, it really did work. He didn't take her shit. Anyway, he knows Carly. He knows how to. I mean, Sonny knows Carly too, but like Jax knows her too and won't put up with her. And he's more, of course, the good guy who like would always like kind of say, "You're going too far. Stop it!" Like he's always trying to stop her, like he did again. And I loved it. I just did. I loved it. I just thought this is great. I love that they were in scenes together. I'm glad that he stayed with her. I'm glad Jocelyn was on. I'm just so glad that they had a little family moment. What he said when they were saying they're giving thanks and stuff, it got me teary eyed. I loved it, and I liked it. I'd say more Ingo Rademacher, I will take it.
But if we're lucky enough to get him back on the campus
Yes.
full time, would you want them to try to
Why
set
not?
the Jax, Carly, Sonny
Yes.
triangle
Why
again?
not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was tweeted, let me see who it was so I can give you proper credit because there is a rumor that my least favorite character,
Brenda?
is coming back because she was tweeting some stuff. Oh.
Oh my God. Brent
And it's like,
Marcel.
and that's why I would say it's like Jax may be coming back. Yeah, Allie Huntsmore at Rory's ex Logan. Yeah, that's a Gilmore Girls reference.
It is. Like Logan, yeah,
said
it
a
is.
rumor is Brenda is coming back to GH. She can hear me rant already. And yeah, as I say, I am all for Brenda coming back if she ushers Sonny away or like there's something to do with that to keep Carly away from him. Because I like Carly without Sonny.
Yeah, you do. I'm a huge Carly fan, so I don't care who she's with. I'll take either one. But I almost kind of agree with the whole thing is that Carly and Sonny have been together so many times they can't really break up fully. This can't at this point. I mean, at this point, it gets ridiculous. They kind of have to be together. Even on, like, One Life to Live, they put Clint and Vicky together at the end. Like, fine. It's like, I mean, there's some people just seem like they're meant to be together. At the end, they had to have to be together. It's like, just to keep breaking them up, Victor and Nikki, I mean, they have to be together at some point. I mean...
But then it also feels like then for Carly to have such a moral stand right now about why she does not want to be involved, have Sonny kind of a part of her life because of all the dangers of his job and his profession, what that does to her family. For her then to backpedal and say, like, all right, I'll be with you still. Like, feel like then she's backing away from what she stood for.
But I feel like that's the character of Carly on some level, too. I mean, she is a little hypocritical sometimes. I mean, like, she does whatever she wants. And so for me, her being upset right now totally makes sense. Obviously, she lost her son. Like the stakes were really high. She lost her son. The price she paid was she lost her son. And kind of she feels like it's her fault for like going back to that.
Yeah.
Because she knew what happened. So it's kind of like, that to me is realistic. It's kind of like, I lost my son, I can't do it. But she does love Sonny.
Yeah, but to me, after Michael got shot in the head, they had slept together, but then she was away from Sonny for quite some time and with Jax. That's what was some of the best Carly years. So I get her sort of forgetting about that with Michael being okay and all this, getting back into it. But after the thing with Morgan, it's like, okay, kid number 2 is injured or dead, quote unquote. Okay, so this is probably the worst idea ever to go back to Sonny, and it would just make me not respect Carly. That's why I was like, okay, I hate Brenda, and I'm glad that a lot of you do too.
Yeah,
in the chat.
it's like back and forth. Some people are like, no. Some people are like, yes. I mean, they're all like...
But if she keeps Carly and Sonny apart, I guess I could deal with it.
Well, I guess I felt like it's interesting with Carly, like Carly and Sonny, if you take them apart, and you have Carly, she's together with Jack, she's been with Franco. I feel like separated from Sonny, she still has a lot of great chemistry with a lot of other characters and stuff.
She does.
But then I feel like you take Sonny away from Carly, and then other than Brenda, I've never really seen anybody that I've really been like, yes, I'm glad that Sonny's went with.
No, I liked Kate and Connie. I loved them. I was a huge Connie Kate fan, so I did like them together.
See, like with Laura Wright's Carly, it's just not the same to me as Sarah Joy Brown and Maurice Bernard. That's why I was happy for Claudia, because they had such good chemistry.
Too.
But to me, Laura Wright just with Ingo is so much better, and that's why it's hard for me to see her with Sonny.
Right. Because I know we're getting towards the end. We gotta mention the scene that made me really cry a little bit, and that was Laura and Sonny. I loved history, bringing them together. Yes, finally. She lost a child. He lost a child. They've been friends for years. And they finally, and of course on Thanksgiving, because I felt that feeling, on Thanksgiving, they would come together, because she said, you would understand exactly what I'm going through. I loved that whole scene.
It was a good use of history, except for one major thing they forgot about. Remember that time that Lucky died, quote unquote, in the fire?
Yes.
That was some of my favorite Jeannie Francis stuff, was her beating on Sonny and Jason. This is your fault.
Yes.
My son is dead because of you. That's the thing, is like, I'm sorry, I just remember that Laura, who I like better. I mean, I love Laura right now, but the Sonny thing, I was like, but yeah, remember that time you thought Lucky was dead because of him?
It was about Nicholas, because Lucky's alive.
Yeah, but what does Sonny have to do with Nicholas?
Well,
because it was nice to see, I mean, at least, give Jeannie Francis something else to do.
Yes.
And it's always interesting to see the two of them together. But I'm also thinking, like, that's the only person in Port Charles you could have reached out on a day like this. What about Bobby? Bobby knows what it's like to lose a child right there through tragedy.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and they certainly have a closer connection than her and Sonny do.
That's true, too. Yeah, they didn't have, well, Laura and Bobby have always had, like, this kind of, because remember they were adversaries for a long time, but they kind of they always go back and forth. But Luke was their binding, I got to sneeze, was their binding person, and I always loved to see more Bobby. Bobby should have been there for Thanksgiving and should have been there for the wedding. That was odd also. But I don't know, for me, I like Laura. I like seeing Maurice Bernard and Jeannie Francis. To me, it's just like using characters that have been around a long time, do have a history. I like when they use them. I'm a fan of that. I like when they use them.
No, I love that too, and that's why I'd like to see Lucy and Scotty be on the canvas for a lot of this storyline that just seem that they're trying to set up.
Oh yeah, Sonny's sister is married to Nicholas. Well, and Jax was married to Sonny's sister also. They were both married to Courtney. Yeah. I wasn't a Courtney fan, first of all.
Kung Fu Barbie.
I like whatever, but it did make her interesting when who she was married to made her interesting to me. By herself, I didn't really care for her so much, but when she was married to certain people, I was like, oh, she's interesting. I wasn't a big fan of. I like Rick better, the brother. I didn't care for Courtney.
Yeah, I love Rick.
And where's he, of course? Yes.
And Lucretia, I know that we've mentioned Brenda quite a bit. I don't know if I've ever known your initial why you are not a huge Brenda fan.
I think Brenda is literally the most annoying character, and that's pretty hard considering this show did have Courtney and did have Nurse Nadine, I think it was.
Nadine, yes.
Claire Coffey, love you on Grimm, but your character on GH was pretty annoying. But yeah, that's the thing, is Brenda is just one of those people that I just find utterly useless. I can't think of any scenes where I liked Brenda or rooted for her at all, just because she was one of those women that was all about Sonny, all about her men, always screwing over Jax, who I always thought was better than Sonny. And she, there was no, with Carly, there are redeeming parts about Carly. With Brenda, she's not, I mean, they gave her that kid at the end, but it was just Brenda wasn't a mom, except for that, awful storyline.
Yeah.
That destroyed Adrienne Barbeau.
I know, Adrienne Barbeau, still got what she was on that whole story. They did not kill, there's just been no mention of Sonny's dad.
Yeah.
Roger Hale, I think he's retired. I don't think he's
that may be.
Yeah, I think he's retired.
Mike Corbin, yeah.
Yeah, I played Mike Corbin, but they have it. Brenda is utterly useless, always screwing Carly's men.
Exactly, and that's my thing, is what purpose does Brenda serve?
Well, my thing is, it reminded me of, All My Children reminded me of Erica and Brooke. It seemed like Brooke always got Erica's leftovers. It was all, and so to me, that was the purpose. It was like Erica was always annoyed by Brooke getting Tom and Trav, all these people. And so I think that's what Brenda was kind of like. They like the same guys. They're in the same orbits.
But Brooke was cool, and so was Erica. The difference is Brenda, and that was the thing, is Brenda was always played as just a spoiled brat, just an.
Oh my God, Sarah sees Lucretia, I hate how you dislike Sonny, but I love how you dislike Brenda. I hate Brenda.
Yeah.
So she wins. Lucretia wins.
Exactly, because I'm just what about Brenda was likable? And I just can't ever find anything.
She was friends with Robin.
Yeah,
She was friends with
that was
Robin.
literally the only time she wasn't annoying.
Yes, she was
Is the
friends
scenes with
Robin.
Robin I could deal with.
What about Lois when they were doing, you know?
Oh, and Lois, yes.
Yes.
L&B Records.
Yeah.
I love it. L&B Records.
I also got a shout out with the gold record from
Yes.
Yes, is the only gold record.
It's
Tracy had to make
so
that clear.
funny. I love that. And Rita Sofa's doing great work on Bold and Beautiful. If you want to watch it, she's doing great work right now. So, anyway.
Oh, poor Lois.
Poor Lois, I know.
Yeah.
Wish it'd be great to have her back on the show.
And Brooklyn.
Oh, yes.
I like the character of Brooklyn. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
I would hope that if they could finally just lock Wally Kurth into a contract for GH, they would start bringing back more of that.
Because he's still on
Yeah.
Days Our Lives, too. He's doing work over there also. He's in a major storyline over there right now. So he's doing both. And neither soap will take him on full time.
So in terms of storyline importance, because he's not doing that much on GH. But so is the storyline
He's
just
doing more on
day?
more on Days.
Oh, man. Come on, GH.
I
why?
know. He's saying, remember he left GH because Days offered him a contract. They took him off contract, which I don't understand why.
Yeah.
The storylines were endless there. Right now he's in the middle of a storyline that's really big. But they brought back on General Hospital. I'm like, well, then bring him back. Just give him a contract. He's so good. Give him a contract.
Yes, if you're going to bring back Ingo, too, that's somebody else between
Yeah.
Julian, Ingo, and
Yes.
Ned doing corporate stuff. Come on.
And
That's
Nick
way
can be
more
there for
interesting.
Alexis.
Yeah.
And be there for Jack. I mean, just come on. It has
And
to.
more Olivia, because to me, his relationship with Olivia is much like his relationship with Lois, and I like that.
Yes,
I want to
yes.
see more of that. They're cute.
Yes.
Let's talk about Olivia when she goes
Yeah.
to visit Carly and then sees Jax and just all of a sudden is like throwing shade.
Yes, she was.
I guess I'll leave you guys alone.
She's like, She's like, okay. She's like, see you later. But I thought you'd be alone. I thought you'd be gone by now. She's like, where? At Sunny's. She's like, where? Like, where?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys, that's it. The show's over.
That's it.
Bye.
We did it, guys.
We did it today. We're so glad you guys fought through any sound issues. Apparently, you started sounding better.
Yeah.
Just not me. So hopefully I'll resolve the other two soaps shows that are coming up next. But next week, they will be here. I will not be here. I'll be at the Hardy's Family Reunion in Vancouver, Canada, with 500 people who watch When Calls the Heart on Hallmark Channel. So me and Marissa Serafini are doing that. So I'm excited. But I'll be back the following week after that. So I'm really excited.
Look at that.
I know.
Go get yourself some poutine.
I know. I want
Yeah.
to try it. I want to tell you I want to try it. I've never been to Canada. It's my first time going to Canada. I've never been. I'm very excited. Yes, Candace Mack, we were saying how it's only 4 quartermains left, basically, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was sad for us, too. We thought it was kind of sad, too. Frank, tell them where they can find you on all social media platforms.
You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. That's it. It's pretty uneventful, guys.
Look at it. Yeah.
Since I'm Lucretia Lyon, guys, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one, and all over the ABTV DC universe this week.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be doing a wrap-up episode at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the crossover, and you'll see me on Legends as usual. Without this guy, Frank.
Oh.
Frank's going away with the aliens.
That's right. I've been taken out of the universe, guys.
Yeah.
And you guys, check out my web series, The Really Quick James Lott Jr. Show. It's a lot of fun. I have a new episode coming out tomorrow. It's always Mondays and Thursdays. Go to my web channel, Super Organizer. Also, I have a Spreaker page now, JLJ Media. Go there. I have my podcast on there. Check that out. And I'm James Lott Jr. all over the universe. Go to our Facebook page, GH Report. We see you guys next time.
We'll never make 2,000, guys. Ever. Ever.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.